And we're getting some breaking developments also now coming in. We're now understanding Hezbollah has in fact launched an anti-tank guided missiles and mortars, and this is towards the targets of the IDF or the Israeli Defense Forces. The IDF has also now released a statement saying that 2 launches were identified from Lebanon, but they're also saying no injuries have been reported. So this in fact is now being confirmed by the IDF, who's gone on to say that yes, 2 launches in fact were identified from Lebanon, but as of now, fortunately, no injuries have been reported. As we pointed out a short while ago, this conflict only continues to escalate with each passing day. It's day 13 since Hamas first attacked Israel on the 7th of October. At this point, there is strong retaliation that is coming in from the IDF as well. The IDF also confident that they've been able to strike down, key targets not just of Hamas militants but of Hezbollah as well. But Hezbollah in fact has been supporting Hamas to take on key targets of the IDF, and that's the update that's coming in, that Hezbollah in fact has launched an anti-tank guided missiles and mortars towards the IDF targets. In the backdrop of all of this, we're seeing a lot of global support that still continues to come for Israel. As we pointed out a short while ago, you had the US President in Tel Aviv, Israel yesterday. You have the UK Prime Minister in Israel, and from here, you'll also have the French President Emmanuel Macron extending his support to Israel. But first, let's bring in our colleague Siddhant, who's joining us on the broadcast. Siddhant, as we were pointing out, unfortunately, there is no end to this conflict. Even at a time when we're seeing extremely strong retaliation coming in from the IDF, it's not like the Hamas militants or Hezbollah are pulling back.
Well, that's right. Actually, there is no, perhaps there's no sign of ceasefire or restraint being practiced by any of the 2 sides. And now what we are getting to know is that there has been attack by Hezbollah on some of the areas of kibbutz, which is bordering with Gaza Strip. Now, this is what IDF statements are telling us. So, going by the situation, it looks like that none of the sides are practicing restraint. In fact, there are firing and counter-firing, and in fact, both sides are at a are in a state of war. Now, look, the situation is such that Israel has a backing of the countries from the Western world. Hezbollah and Hamas has backing from Iran, and perhaps also sympathies with the Palestinian people from the other West Asian countries. Now, what is going to be the end, or perhaps what's going to be the direction of this war is something which time will tell. But right now, from Hamas, it has moved on to Hezbollah. Not moved on, it has also started with Hezbollah on the northern borders of Israel. And it would be interesting to see that how things unfold, whether it's going to become a regional conflict, some sort of a regional conflict, or whether it's going to be restricted to these 3 parties mainly.
Okay. So